today's video is all about how porn ruined my life. And I'm not saying this figuratively or to add drama, it legit did. It ruined my relationships, it ruined my way of thinking, and it also ruined my relationship with God, which is the most important. So let's dig deep into that. For me personally, I believe porn has to be the most destructive thing out there right now in our generation. You know, obviously besides weapons and all that, but not everyone can have access to weapons. But everyone, nearly everyone you know has access to this, has access to a mobile phone and some sort of internet connection. And I believe that the enemy uses it so well. And he uses it through apps like TikTok, Instagram, you know, soft core apps. And for me, my story of porn and, you know, my recovery from it is that I started when I was 12. I started watching this when I was 12, and that was like, that's like 10, 11 years ago now. And at that time period, I didn't even know what I was looking at, but I just knew that it was wrong what I was looking at. And at that time period, not everyone had a phone. It was my first phone. It was like a hand-me-down phone that my dad gave to me, and it had access to the internet. And, you know, boys in school, they would talk about this, and then I decided to search it up myself. And boom, I was exposed to it. And you know, I would say only later on in my teenage years, that's when I would say I got addicted to it, because that's when we started having internet connection in our house. And yo, it really affected my relationships in terms of my relationships with girls my age. I really was a shy guy as it is. I wasn't really one to go up there and talk. I wasn't confident. You know, as you guys probably know, my name is Shorty X, so I was pretty short. I didn't look like this. I was late to puberty, so I didn't really know how to talk, especially the ages of 13, 14, 15. Horrible with girls. Asking any of my friends, I was horrible with them. And what I did is, and I'm going to tell you because I'm trying to be transparent to my audience, is that I would see a girl I liked, but then I'd go back home and look for a porn video of a girl that looks exactly like her, and, you know, watch that video. And it affected my relationship because I never had the strength to go and ask a girl out and actually go and take the action of, you know, being more social. I was comfortable in my own skin, quote unquote, watching pornography. And even when I got saved, I remember thinking to myself, because I've heard it, I heard it in churches, and I heard it on like YouTube and how it's a part of lust and how it's bad. But I always thought it's natural, it's a part of growing up. You know, I believed the lie of the enemy. And only when I was like reading more of my Bible and grew my relationship with God, that I realized that this thing actually is damaging, and it even damaged the way I perceived women, right? I perceived women as, you know, as objects for the most part, especially when I started getting better with girls at around age 17, 18, 19, when I started looking a bit better as well. All those relationships and situations I had with women was because I wanted something out of it. It wasn't out of a place of love. It was out of a place of lust, and stupid bird, but it was out of a place of lust. And that's what the enemy uses. He uses pornography to brainwash the minds of young men to thinking that, no, this is what love is. This is not what God tells us love should be. You should go and chase around the hottest girl who has the best body, has the best this and that. No, you should be chasing after a godly woman. It even says in Proverbs that a man who finds a wife finds a good thing. Treasure her more than the treasure of this world. And it says here in Psalms 101, verse 3, it says, I will set no wicked thing before my eyes. I hate the work of them that turn aside, it shall not cleave unto me. So turn your eyes away from stuff like pornography. And this is not a video where I'm going to be like, oh, I wouldn't call Turkey for this is this. As people of this, living in this world, as followers of God, we are going to fall. And with that falling, we need to understand that we need to go back to Jesus. We need to not feel guilty, because I believe that a thing that also the enemy uses, he uses our guilt. So like after you're watching porn, you feel guilty. And you don't want to spend time with God because you were in sin. And that's why like porn is promoted so much, because it takes you away from God. it pulls you away from God, because the act after it pulls you away from God. The act in itself is horrible, but what's the consequences of that sin always is gonna pull you away from God. And I got a proverb for you. Proverb 24 verse 16. It says, "For a just man falleth 7 times and riseth up again, but the wicked man falls into mischief." So basically, what we need to do as followers of God, if we fall into that sin, we need to get back up again, ask for forgiveness. Obviously, that's the most important bit. Spend more time with God and actually have a repentant heart. And a way you can always also avoid this sin is don't think too much about it. Fill your mind up with pure thoughts. Fill your mind up with thoughts of God, thoughts of the creation He's given us. If you do that, then you'll be fine. Get a different group of people as well. Cut out social media apps like TikTok, Instagram, as I said earlier, because those apps promote softcore porn, and unfollow people as well if you're not going to delete them. Unfollow people that do lead you into that temptation. Don't play video games that lead you into temptation. Don't watch movies that will lead you into going into that temptation. And it's hard. It's hard because there's so much sex that's promoted in this world. There's so much sexual stuff that is promoted in this world. So that's why you need to spend as much time with God, with God's people, and we need to spend a lot of time. We need to keep ourselves busy with work and with other hobbies, because if we idle and if we remain idle, we will be tempted into that sin of pornography. So I hope this video helps you guys, recover it. Me sharing my story, how porn, basically how I was addicted to it. I might make a part 2 to this video, because I'm passionate about this topic the most, because even if you are saved, I feel like this one, it's harder to overcome. It's harder than overcoming drinking and all the stuff I've talked about already. This sin right here is the number 1 tool the enemy uses, and God does not like sexual sin. It's the one sin that caused most of the Israelites to be eliminated before they can enter into the promised land. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and do like this video, subscribe to my channel as well.